Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Living on Blockchain. Today, we are speaking to Vikram. Vikram is the founder and CEO for Antier Solutions. Basically, Antier Solutions is a leading full stack blockchain consulting firm. They become like a tech arm for your vision and ideas. They've worked with the government. They've also helped in developing FIRE, which is an L1. So, this conversation was interesting from the perspective of service providers for people who are building in this space, and perhaps somebody who got into Web3 with a bit of serendipity and has stayed in because of the technology. So very insightful conversation once again. Antier has done really fabulously well for itself, from a modest team of 5 professionals to a powerhouse of nearly 600 experts. They are doing wonderfully well. They are based out of Mohali, and I can't wait for you guys to hear this conversation. So let's deep dive right in.
Hi, Vikram. Thank you so much for joining me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, Drusha. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's a lovely sunny day here in Delhi, so all things good. Things are looking up. For our listeners, I would love to know from you, how did you get into Web3? And now you're the founder and CEO of Antia Solutions. So share a little about your personal journey and what led you to establish Antia Solutions.
Okay, so we used to be known as Antech earlier, and I started in 2005. It was more of a circumstantial startup. I would say I was bedridden for 2 months. I had spondylitis
Right.
and didn't had any other option but to start off my own. So that's how we kind of started, and it was blessing in disguise, we can say. Initial 3-4 years were quite lean, and I was kind of working only one-man army. And it was in 2009 when I started again with the maybe like 5 people team. Like, so gathered
Hmm.
the courage to have 5 people team around me, and with 1 month backup only in my pocket. So, but by the grace of God, after that there was no looking back. And today we are close to 700 team member under one roof, which makes us the largest blockchain consulting firm out of India. And blockchain we came in 2016-17, like that also, marks our, uh, I would say like, little success in my entrepreneur journey, 2017. So I got into my own infrastructure, like we bought a new building, like almost 1,000, kind of what you call it, 2 canals. And so I was looking around that what should be my growth driver from there on. Like we were like 75 to 80 people team at that point of time, and crypto was making a lot of noises. So when I looked around, so and when I dwelled deeper into it, like why crypto was invented, I was completely sold out. Three reasons I found out. One, the economic recession. When these kind of recession used to hit the Western countries, the people used to lose their hard-earned money, sitting with the banks, laying with the banks. And that was a challenge because people were trying to find something which should be, beyond the control of these, banks and, the governments. And second was like, the border payments was a challenge. Like you must have heard like before 5 or 8 years, it used to say, like we used to say, if you want to send money to UK, it's better to take a plane and, deliver it physically. So
Hmm.
that was the, issue. And third is the financial inclusion. Like even after, so much widespread, fintech revolution, setting up a branch for a bank, in a remote area was still a challenge actually. So those were the three issues people are trying to address with a digital money, and that's why the crypto was invented. And though it landed in the wrong hands initially, but the vision was actually sacred, and we always believed in the power of technology. We always believed that whether the Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency will be able to make it through the government regulation. But one thing it will be able to achieve, that it will force the government to come up with their own CBDCs. That was the
Hmm.
belief he carried, while entering into the in this space. And fast forward 6 years now, I would say like 6 to 7 years, we have already seen a lot of countries already like starting trials with their CBDCs. And
Right.
So that was the reason, and we started with developing exchange platform, considering that when we can envision a paperless world, only this kind of platform will be required. So let's build a pinnacle of crypto world. So that's the kind of a, statement, the vision we gave to ourselves. And good thing happened, we evolved with this space, like from exchanges to wallets to DeFi lending borrowing protocol to NFT marketplaces to gamify solution and metaverse, which is also a current focus. So we evolved with this space, and fast forward again, like 7 years, we built up, whatever you can think of in blockchain, we can do that. That's what we tell our customers. Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's wonderful. So this is pretty much like you said that your company was created fortuitously, and it was kind of serendipity that led you down the Web3 path, and you elaborated kind of on the motivation as well. So if you had to perhaps sum up, what Antia does in 2-3 lines, how would you put that across?
I would say, a transitioning from Web 2.0 to 2.5, maybe like in the current scenario, because I do feel like 3.0 is a kind of like long-term reality. Maybe we never happen reality, which can never happen as well, but because you always need to know your customers. So we help, customer, decide their Web3 footprint, help them, come up with their, Web3 products, 2.5 products, and help them, launch them into the market as well.
Okay, so you were probably one of the full stack blockchain consulting firms. So you help the founders with the end-to-end solutions regarding building their vision. Would that be correct?
Yes, absolutely right. Like if you want to do something in Web3, but you have an idea, but not the technical know-how, even the business functional know-how, we can help you end to end. So, starting with the product development to the customer acquisition, brand awareness, and customer acquisition, we help 360 degree.
Okay, that's wonderful. So, with your background and your experiences, how did you've mentioned that this was more serendipity that you got into Web3. What has made you stay in this space? Through these bull and bear cycles, and uh, every market sees ups and downs. But how have you managed to sort of survive, and what kind of belief system has kept you in Web3 over the years?
Mhm. So, Trusha, as I said, like, we always believed in the technology, and vision is always 1%, 99% is always alignment. So that's what we believe in, and what kept us moving through even the bear markets. So, the rise of something is the fall of something else, right? So we
Hmm.
always, kind of made sure to keep a very close eye on the trends, and what kind of like, the incidents or the changes in the market would lead to the disruption. So we always try to, keep finding our, blue ocean where we would be operating on, or the kind of, the service we will be chipping in to respond to the market challenges, changing market trends as well. So I would say persistence and a strong vision to be the most trustworthy brand in the world. Like we used to say, like let's build the Infosys of blockchain. That's our vision. Like our vision is to create a success story out of this region, because how many companies come to your mind if you think of a successful IT company based out of Mohali or maybe Punjab?
Right.
So we want to, kind of, create that big story which, can inspire others in our area to rise up to their personal, goals, and, do something which is towards like, towards a larger, vision, beyond themselves, for the society. So that's kept us moving, and still, making us move as well. So
Right.
that's the reason. Yeah.
So, how large is your team size, and how many projects do you take up in a concurrent way? Like parallelly, how many projects do you work on?
So we are close to 700 team member under one roof, and
Okay.
operating out of our own infrastructure, which is fully capable to, support additional workforce of 500 to 800 team members. And we work on, 25 to 30 projects, at one point of time.
Okay.
And
Wow.
yeah, so because of our size and a lot of work is being done in the protocols development. We also honed the capability of working with the top 15 public blockchains. And as I said, our vision is always bigger because as we want to become the largest in our space and trustworthy. We also have another initiative wherein we have uh, given ourselves four goals. One, to create a B2C success story. Two, to create a B2B success story. Three, to create a B2G success story. I mean to say business to government.
Right.
And then B2E success story, which is business to education. So we talk about the first one, which is a digital asset wallet, where our vision is to uh, become the Google Pay of crypto. That's what we are aiming for, which is very much at a level where it can go very big. Product is completely ready. In B2B space, we have built a product which is more of on the infrastructure side, which every blockchain company would need. On the B2G side, we have innovated one of the largest. We have solved one of the largest problem in the government space, in the e-governance space, which is called question paper leak. So what we have done, we have built a solution using public-private key combination, a solution which can conduct government recruitment exams um, without any intervention of any human being, without the intervention
Okay.
of human being. Yeah. So, so what we have done, we have done two pilot projects with the Health Department Punjab as well, wherein we have created the history, where a question paper was designed in a trustless fashion and printed in a real-time environment. That's the kind of history we have created last year. And we also got a award for this product from MSME Council of Chamber of Commerce in Delhi last year only, as the
Wow.
best product in the blockchain space. And last but not least, that is the B2E. So if it is a very proud, I would say uh, uh, we feel very proud to state that 95% of our team member learned blockchain after joining us. So,
Wow.
which was the reason, because so the reason behind that was our kind of uh, L&D division, in-house L&D division. So we had understood it very early on that the people who will make it big, in this industry will have to learn how to bake their own bread because of the niche, technologies. And so now we have, spinned off that, vertical as a new organization, which is called Entire School of Block Tech, which aims to spread blockchain education in the nearest local colleges and universities. And because our statement, our submission to the government of India is when you teach databases in the course in the universities, in your BTech programs, MCA program, you also need to teach DLT as well. So it should be essential subject in all the technical curriculums, technical subjects. So that's our submission, and that's what we are, trying to, kind of take it to the governments and get it implemented in Punjab, starting with Punjab and then moving on to India level.
Right, right. I think you made some very good points here, in terms of introducing this kind of learning, and these skills should be imbibed within the organized education system, and how you guys have a very impressive repertoire when it comes to working with agencies, government, and startups. Can you highlight a few of the projects that you've done, or are those confidential and you really can't name them?
No, we can definitely name a few of them. So if you in the protocol development space, you must have heard Fire Chain. Is a kind of a environment sustainable kind of blockchain. So we build we are the people behind that solution in terms of technology. We are their technical partner, technology partner. Also, they're one of the unicorn from India. Another one is which was a latest edition was Cyber, and there's another customer we are helping them in asset tokenization platform, which is called Opium Pro Marketplace. They are also about to, I would say, like closing their next round of funding. So, but this is very important to know that what we have achieved in the asset tokenization space, that we have covered 3 jurisdictions: India, UK, and US. So
Okay.
all these 3 startups are working very closely with the local regulators, and so our developed solution is being is powering all these startups, to kind of help them in their business.
Right, right. So you mentioned that you worked with Fire. So were you guys the architect of their testnet and the main chain?
Yeah. As I said, like we are their technology partner, so which means like
Okay,
what direction comes from them, we provide them the entire solution, and how to achieve those goals. Apart from
right.
that, I can also name a few of initiative in the metaverse space, like Tata Steel and Pidilite. So we also helped them, and we also had one of the customer from Saudi Arabia. Uh,
Okay.
Converting their like bringing up like developing a hospital onto metaverse, so again, like we are handling a use case where we were trying to simulate the same experience what a person goes through when they are kind of like under like fear of heights, kind of mental health diseases. So yeah,
Right.
so this kind of work we do a lot.
Oh, brilliant. That's wonderful to know. How do you take care of the security aspect? Like, do you also do the auditing of these contracts that you guys are building, or do you have like a security audit partner?
Yes, we do internal audits,
Okay.
and at the same time, we also encourage our customers to also, conduct their, external audits as well, because
Hmm.
you can't, have any take any risk, because of the
Right.
high levels involved. Yes, so both are in there, like function in tandem. Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. Because your security becomes like a bigger concern when technology is being when there are technology partners. I think any investor gets a little iffy when there is outsourcing being done or there is a technology partner. So I'm glad that you guys are kind of taking care of that as well. You have described yourself as a blockchain evangelist, right? So how would you entail, what does that role really entail for you on a day-to-day basis? How do you advocate for this technology, both within the industry and reaching a wider audience?
Right, Sarusha. So what we, from the leadership perspective, we work very closely with the various blockchain associations as well, and keep and play a very constructive role in most of the events when we get an opportunity to speak or address or give our views on certain topics. So that is a level which are the people from the leadership position in our organization, so they participate in the various events. And even recently we had our own presence in the token 2049 in Singapore, which happened last year. So it was a very good experience, and the kind of work we have produced so far, like I would say, we people know us, like, so we generally tell our people, like, whether in the last 5 or 8 years, if anybody would have asked Google, like, who are the people building in Web3 space, they know us. Whether they have hired us or worked with us, that is a secondary thing, but they know us. That they know us. And on the day-to-day perspective, so as you know, like every organization has like a 3 layers. One is the always focus beyond 1 year, 2 years things. And second is like short-term, 6 month, and third is the like day-to-day task. So that's how our organization function as well. So there is a very promising second layer of leadership which works towards the short-term goals, quarterly and half yearly, and then day-to-day works are being handled at the TL's levels. Yes, I hope this answer your question.
Yes, absolutely. This does. This is wonderful to know that you guys are taking such initiatives. And as an evangelist, are you actively trying to create content as well for people who are perhaps new to the space or people who are already in the space?
Yes, so that is our one of the I would say strategy.
Okay.